Ever wondered what would truly happen if you completely disappeared from someone's life? I'm not talking about pulling back slightly or playing hard to get. I mean vanishing entirely. No texts, no calls, no breadcrumbs of communication. Would they feel your absence? Would it tear at their heart? Or would they carry on as if you never mattered? In today's world, where being taken for granted has become all too common, it's time to flip the script. Let me tell you this, when you vanish from someone's life, their world doesn't stay the same. It collapses in ways they never imagined. This video is for you if you've ever been in a relationship or situation where someone treated you like an option instead of a priority. Today, we're diving deep into what happens emotionally when you disappear from their life. We'll explore 10 intense stages they go through, each more revealing and powerful than the last. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how they feel, but also why walking away is sometimes the strongest move you can make. Stick around until the end because the 10th stage is a game changer you won't want to miss. If you're ready to reclaim your power and make them realize your worth, drop a comment below with the words, "I'm done being an option." Let's change how you see yourself and how they see you. Now, let's get started. Number 1, the sting of rejection. It begins with a jolt they never saw coming. For so long they assumed you'd always be there. You were the one who cared, who put in the effort, who made their life easier. They relied on your presence, even if they didn't fully appreciate it. But when you vanish, you snatch away that safety net. Suddenly, they're left free-falling. The sting of rejection isn't just about your physical absence. It's the emotional vacuum you leave behind. You see, people tend to treat those they think will never leave as backup plans. They don't value them, but when that comfort is stripped away, they realize too late how much they depended on it. The rejection they feel is profound because it wasn't you they were ready to lose. It was their control over you. No ultimatums, no warnings, no dramatic exits, just silence. When you disappear without explanation, you send a message that speaks louder than any argument could. You've had enough of being disrespected. Let them deal with the aftermath. The person who always stayed no matter what is no longer there. The sting of rejection will hit them harder than they ever imagined. Number 2, the void of missing you. Once the rejection sets in, they're left with a void, and it's bigger than they expected. They didn't think they'd miss you. After all, they convinced themselves they'd be fine without you. But now that you're gone, everything feels different. Their days, once filled with your presence, now feel hollow. It's not just about missing the big moments. It's the little things they didn't appreciate before. The laughs, the late-night talks, the sense of comfort you brought. They try to distract themselves, maybe with work, friends, or even someone new. But the void you left is unique. No one else can fill it because no one else brought what you did to their life. The realization hits, you weren't just someone who cared. You were the reason their life felt lighter, warmer, and more meaningful. Here's the kicker. Every attempt to fill that void only deepens it. They check their phone, hoping to see a text from you, only to find silence. They scroll through social media, searching for traces of you, but you've gone dark. The emptiness grows with every passing day, and that's exactly what they need to feel. Let them sit in the void. Let them experience the loss of someone who made their world brighter. Number 3, the rise of regret. After the void of missing you consumes them, regret begins to take root. They replay the moments they could have acted differently, the times they dismissed your feelings or took you for granted. Every careless word, every missed opportunity to show gratitude, these memories now haunt them. Regret is a powerful force. It's not just sadness for what's lost, it's the realization that they were the architect of their own misery. They think about how you used to care, how you gave them countless chances to make things right, and how they squandered them all. This is where the what-ifs begin. What if they had treated you better? What if they had given you the respect you deserved? These questions keep them up at night because they know the answers. They know you leaving wasn't sudden. It was a reaction to their consistent disregard for your worth. Regret is a slow burn, and it doesn't let them off the hook easily. Every time they see something that reminds them of you, a favorite song, a shared joke, a place you both loved, it brings a pang of sorrow. They wish they could rewind time, but they're left to face the harsh truth. Some losses are permanent. Let regret do its work. It's not your responsibility to ease their pain. You gave them chances. Now they must live with the consequences. Number 4, the denial phase. When the regret becomes too overwhelming, they'll try to escape it by entering a phase of denial. This is their mind's way of protecting them from the pain of reality. They convince themselves that they don't need you, that they're better off without you, or that you'll come running back eventually. This denial can manifest in various ways. They might act indifferent when someone brings up your name or pretend they're thriving without you. They'll post overly happy photos or stories online, trying to create the illusion that your absence hasn't affected them. But deep down, they know it's all a facade. They might even try to replace you. Maybe they jump into a new relationship or surround themselves with distractions. But here's the thing, these substitutes never measure up. They're temporary fixes for a problem they can't outrun. The harder they try to deny the impact you had on their life, the more obvious it becomes to everyone, including themselves. Denial isn't a solution, it's a delaying tactic. Sooner or later, reality catches up, and the truth becomes undeniable. Losing you was their biggest mistake. And when that moment comes, they'll feel the full weight of what they've lost. Number 5, the obsession with closure. As denial fades, a desperate need for closure takes over. They'll start searching for answers. Why you left, how you could walk away so easily, and whether there's any chance of reconciliation. Closure becomes their obsession because it's the only way they can make sense of what's happening. But here's the catch, they won't find it. You disappeared without giving them the satisfaction of an explanation, and that lack of closure drives them to the brink. They might reach out, sending texts or emails, trying to bait you into responding. They'll ask mutual friends about you, or stalk your social media for clues. They're not just looking for answers, they're looking for hope. Hope that there's still a way to undo the damage, to bring you back into their life. But you've moved on, and that's the ultimate power move. By refusing to engage, you force them to confront the reality they tried so hard to avoid. Closure isn't something they can demand, it's something they have to create for themselves. And in doing so, they'll realize just how much they underestimated your strength. Number 6, the moment of self-realization. As the obsession with closure fades, something deeper happens, a moment of self-realization. They can no longer deny that they are the reason for your absence. The wall of excuses they built begins to crumble. It's a brutal awakening where they finally understand the impact of their actions. They reflect on their mistakes, how they ignored your needs, how they took you for granted, and how they believed you would always be there. But now, with the silence stretching between you, they realize that you are no longer a constant in their life. This realization is crushing because it strips away their sense of control. They see themselves for who they truly are, someone who failed to recognize the worth of a person who gave everything. And the truth is undeniable. They are the architect of their own loneliness. In this moment, they may attempt to make changes to prove they've learned from their mistakes. They might even take actions to better themselves or apologize. But at this point, it's too late. The damage has been done, and you've already moved forward. Self-realization doesn't come with a quick fix. It's a long process, and for them, it's one that's deeply uncomfortable. But it's also the beginning of a much-needed transformation. Number 7, the void left behind. When all is said and done, they're left with an unfillable void. This is the space where you once were, a gap that no one and nothing can fill. The void is profound because it represents everything they took for granted. Your love, your loyalty, your presence. No matter how much they try to distract themselves, it's always there, quietly gnawing at their soul. They may try to replace you, to fill that emptiness with other relationships or pursuits, but nothing satisfies the way you did. This is when they realize the value of what they lost. It's not just about missing a person. It's about missing the kind of connection that's rare and irreplaceable. No one will ever make them feel the way you did. They'll try to ignore it, to act as if they're fine. But the truth is that the void grows bigger the longer they avoid dealing with it. It's the consequence of their actions, the price they pay for pushing you away. You were never just a passing moment in their life. You were the person who made them feel whole. And now, that sense of completeness is gone. Number 8. The power of your absence. The final stage of their journey is the recognition of the true power of your absence. By leaving, by no longer participating in their drama or being available for their emotional needs, you've shown them a lesson they will never forget. Your absence is the ultimate form of self-respect, a silent declaration that you won't tolerate being undervalued. And that's a power move. It teaches them something essential, that their actions have consequences. And those consequences are sometimes irreversible. They may never admit it to you, but deep down, they know that losing you was the catalyst for their own growth. They may even thank you one day, not because they want you back, but because they recognize that you were the one who pushed them to become better. And even if they never express it, they will forever feel the impact of your absence. It's a lesson in self-respect, strength, and dignity that only someone like you could deliver. This is your final victory. The undeniable truth that you were the best thing to ever happen to them, and now they must live with the knowledge that they lost it. Number 9. The art of self-doubt and reflection. Self-doubt is often seen as a weakness, but in Stoic philosophy, it is a powerful tool for personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, often reflected on his actions and thoughts to maintain control over his emotions and responses. When you doubt yourself, it forces you to evaluate your own motives, intentions, and the authenticity of your actions. It pushes you to ask, am I on the right path? This type of reflection is not about harsh self-criticism, but about gaining clarity. Embrace self-doubt as an opportunity to refine your inner strength and resolve. It allows you to identify areas of weakness and improve. Use it as a compass to steer you toward higher levels of self-mastery and resilience. Every time you doubt, you open the door to deeper understanding and self-improvement. Number 10. Mastering the moment. The ability to live in the present moment is one of the most potent Stoic principles. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How often do you find yourself caught up in past regrets or future anxieties? These distractions rob you of the power of the present moment, the only time you can truly control and act. To master the moment is to stay fully engaged with what's in front of you without being hijacked by your emotions or thoughts. This doesn't mean ignoring the past or future, but it means recognizing that the present is the only time where action, change, and growth can happen. By focusing on what is within your control in the present, you solidify your capacity to influence your future outcomes. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.